good. Like I said, nothing dramatic, but a couple of good ones. That's what we're looking for. Just a couple. We only need one, right? Only need one. All right. Twin OBIO 402 to 419. Good trade. Quick in and out. I like it. Locked in the profit. Let's see if this thing pops again. Let's see if it pops again. Good morning to everybody out there in TikTok land. Good morning, Facebook. And good morning, YouTube. Mike, good morning. Goff, good morning. Been a fun little morning so far. Kathy, good morning. Got our moderators ready to go over there on YouTube. And good morning to everybody. Thank you for hitting the like button, double tapping the screen. We appreciate that as always. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button on YouTube and the follow button on TikTok. We really appreciate that. And thank you for everybody that showed up here in Facebook. I know it's a little bit early for Facebook. Everybody's still sleeping in. NULN moving up a little bit. OBIO. So let's cover what we've been looking at so far. OBIO. This one had a press release this morning, and we've been watching this one. We've had a few people make some quick dollars off of this one. WNW, for those of you watching that one this morning, that was a nice little run. $1.69, and it went all the way up to 281. So a nice little climb on that stock. And how about GELS? GELS. GELS. That one ran beautifully as well. Early morning pre-market. It was up over 500% this morning. That was a nice stock. Kathy, good morning. Sheila, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Glad to have you with us. Tuesday morning. I think it's Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday? Yes, it's Tuesday. The 22nd. SXTC, yes, I forgot all about that. Thank you for reminding me. Don't see any news there. Let me see if I can find something on my news scanner. SXTC. Don't see any news on SXTC. But we are getting some movement here. Not a bad little spread. China SXTC. This one, when did we talk about this? This was one of our after hours plays. This was one that we talked about last night in after hours. It started moving up in after hours. I remember saying that this was a China play. I remember that. But as you can see, it fell down after the climb, went sideways on no volume at all. It got no attention whatsoever. Starting to bounce up a little bit this morning so far, but I didn't see any news on it. I don't recall any news on that, Scott. OSTX. Halted, pending news. OSTX. Therapies. FDA meeting request granted. Vicki, good morning. Ramonda, good morning. So FDA, they requested a meeting with the FDA. The meeting was granted. Written response only, meeting to align analysis plan of surrogate endpoint to support breakthrough therapy designation and accelerated approval of OST-HER2 in the prevention of reoccurrence of fully resected lung metastatic osteosarcoma. A lot of medical talk there. The FDA granted the company's meeting to request to gain alignment on the surrogate endpoint to support breakthrough therapy designation and accelerated approval. So that's the news on OSTX. They halted the stock for that news. They halted it for that news. So we're halted right now. It's currently at $1.48. So when we get some information about when this might release, we'll let you know. TT, good morning. So we'll let you know when we find out when they're going to release this stock. My honest opinion is I don't know how the market's going to respond to that. Basically, what they want breakthrough designation and accelerated approval. Okay, now both of those are good things, but it's a meeting to request that. So, we don't know what the results of that request are. If we knew ahead of time that the FDA was going to grant accelerated approval and fast track designation and breakthrough therapy designation, I would say without a doubt this is probably going to go up when it releases. But it's just a meeting to request it. So I don't think the news will have the impact that we're looking for. But I speak for myself. I don't know how the rest of the retail traders out there are going to see that. So it may go up. I just don't know. So all we can do now at this point is watch it. Wait for it to release, see if it starts moving up or not, and then play it accordingly. So, but at least you know about it. That's 50% of the battle right there. You know that the stock has the news, it's halted, so now you just got to watch it to see where it goes and see if you can make a play on it. You might be able to make a good play on it. All right, and that's on OSTX, just in case you're wondering. OSTX. Good morning to everybody on TikTok. I apologize if I missed any messages. Good morning to everybody out there on Facebook. And Ramonda, good morning out there in YouTube land. Thank you guys for hitting the follow button and the subscribe button. We really do appreciate that. And if you're watching on Facebook, feel free to send me a friend request on Facebook and we will add you so that you can catch the live stream on here when we're on. Now we're only on here on social media for just a very short amount of time. We usually come on about 7:35 in the morning, and we're only here until just after 8 o'clock. We give you the 8 o'clock press releases in case there's something in there pretty sweet that we can use to ride a stock price up. And after we give out those 8 o'clock press releases, then we log off and we go back to our Zoom meeting that's taking place right now. We're live on Zoom. We're actually live in about 4 places right now. And but after 8 o'clock, we're only going to be live on Zoom. We start that at 6:45 in the morning. And that goes until about 9:30. Looking for release time. Bonfire Rob, you have a great day. All right, let's go back and look at gels one more time. Gels is curling back up. For anybody that took that dip down there at 440, you're doing very, very well right now on this stock, on that curl back up. As I mentioned before, gels was a really beautiful runner this morning, over 500% this morning. That stock in early pre-market. And it is climbing up again. We just wicked up here to 482 again. What time do you get up in the morning? Dave, I'm up at 3 o'clock every morning. My alarm goes off at 3 a.m. But that's because we have a Discord group, and Discord is usually active around 4 o'clock in the morning. So I get up at 3 to shower, get my coffee, get myself woke up so I can be active with Discord. Let's see. Gels pulling back down again. WNW, very low float stock here. WNW, this is a really, really low float. West Coast, no, Hex, I am in Central Florida. Sunny Sunshine State. In fact, right now it is 66 degrees. It was 92 here, I believe. If I remember correctly, it was 92 degrees here yesterday. That was pretty nice. I like it hot, man. Love the warm weather. Keep an eye on HOLO again today as well. HOLO. Keep an eye on that stock. Very low float. They just came off of a reverse split yesterday, and their float is extremely low. And we know what that means. Low public float means this stock could rip really, really well if it gets the volume. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to go jump into it blindly. It just means we're going to watch it. And if it starts getting some volume, we're going to pay really close attention to it. Laramie, 29 degrees. Burr. All right. Let's find out. OSTX. We need to find out when this one's going to be released. Right now it's sitting at $1.48. They locked it up at $1.48 for the halt, for the news. We know what the news is. DWTX moving. Bob got gels from 415 to 475, playing that bounce. Nice. DWTX. DWTX. go look at OBIO again. That one's not doing anything. Now let's look at DWTX again. Dogwood Therapeutics. We followed this one yesterday. This is the one we told you about this morning, that we followed this in pre-market yesterday, and because it started spiking up just prior to 9:30, and it ran insanely well from 450 and spiked all the way up to 773. So it had a beautiful run. Right when the market opened, it took off, had a nice run. Started climbing again this morning. Now it dropped off of that 773. It dropped hard and pulled back all the way back into the $5 range again, low fives. And it's just now starting to push up a little bit. The orders are starting to stack up. We're looking at level 2 here, starting to see some orders stack up on the bid side, which is a good thing. We want to see that. Don't see a lot of big, huge orders on the ask side yet. So that's a good thing. Still a little bit of too much of a spread on it right now for me. The bid's at 550 and the ask is at 564. So there's a 14-cent spread there. Not crazy about that. I'd like to see that spread tighten up just a little bit and see some volume. We don't have any volume. There's only 37,000 shares on this right now. So not a lot of great volume there yet. So we want to see the bid continue to stack up. We want to see the spread tighten up a little bit, and we want to see the volume starting to pick up. We see that little combination of things happening. I think we're going to be in good shape there. Now, let's go back and take a look at HOLO. Remember? I told you to take a look at HOLO. Look at HOLO. 1584. It just spiked up to 17 bucks. Peggy, good morning. How many of you were watching HOLO? It just jumped a bunch. As I mentioned earlier, not a lot of volume there. It just came off a reverse split. It's got an extremely, insanely low public float. And we know with a little bit of volume and that low public float, it can rip crazy. And it just ripped up really, really nice. So keep an eye on it. I can't stress that enough, to keep an eye on that stock. That's not a secret signal to go buy it. Now, don't anybody misunderstand that. I'm not telling you to run over there and jump into it. But I would be watching this one closely. That's all I'm going to tell you. ABEV, cut to neutral from buy. That doesn't help us. Kevin got HOLO from 1535 to 1649. Beautiful trade. Look at that. Kevin was paying attention. Kevin paid attention. HOLO back to 17 again. How many of you are paying attention? HOLO. All right, let's go back and look at one of our earlier runners, OBIO. OBIO is curling back up as well. It's up about 34% here, which is not too bad. 34% run on the stock is pretty nice. It's at 380 right now. This will get interesting and fun if it breaks over 4. We're looking for a break of $4 here. This one could get rather interesting. OBIO again, just popped again, 394. And we've got 3 minutes to go, and we'll get our 8 o'clock press releases. I hope everybody's ready for those 8 o'clock press releases. Hopefully we get something really nice that everybody can take advantage of. Maybe we can get us another 100% run on a stock. That would be sweet. OSTX, I think that's the one you're talking about, Jill, is OSTX. It's the one that's halted right now for news. We're looking for a time frame here on when they're going to release this stock. No time listed yet. As soon as we get a time, we'll let you know. And we've got 1.5 minutes to go here before we get the 8 o'clock press releases. Let me take a look at Holo one more time. Holo's doing what Holo does. Looking for a good pop here, man. A good solid run up to about 20 bucks. That would be fun. That would be another good. Genoa, good morning. WNW. Kind of going sideways at the moment. OBIO pulling down. Let's see where all the volume is going here. SXTC. China, SXT Pharmaceuticals, pulling back. All right, here's the 8 o'clock stuff. IBIO expands their cardiometabolic and obesity pipeline through licensing in first-class antibody targeting. That's on IBIO. Finally get to say IBIO. OCEA expands into energy and digital asset sector. OCEA. It's a 4-penny stock. OCEA. Edible, EDBL, their sports nutrition gains distribution at a major Midwest big box retailer. WIMI reporting on Form F20, 20F. WIMI. WIMI. KOPN. KOPN secures a $7.5 million contract for a helmet-mounted display system supporting aircraft pilots. KOPN. HL. CLDI, corporate name change, VLN, competing partner to bring joint MA offering for the China market. WIMI, go look at that one. WIMI, go look at it. Do-do-do-do. Look at HOLO. HOLO. We've been telling you all morning to look at it. HOLO. OBIO. OBIO rallies after FDA breakthrough approval for a blood pressure device. But it's not going anywhere at the moment. LCTX. Which they may accept required by law. Now the rest of these press releases, Zena, IBIO, I just read that one off to you. Make sure you look at these. The fluff and junk press releases, I just read through those and don't even bother really reading them out loud. But if I read it out loud several times and repeat the ticker symbol several times, it's a good idea to go take a look at them. That's not a hint to go jump into it blindly, though. That's just me telling you that I think this press release might be one that might push that stock price up. Like WIMI, IBO. Requirements. Still reading through press releases, man. We got a bunch of them. HOLO. How many of you went and looked at HOLO? How many? Come on. HOLO just popped and wicked all the way to $19.93. And we were telling you to look at that at 15 bucks. Could have. It's a $4 profit, folks. That's not bad. $4 per share. Not bad. HOLO for Bob, 1513 to 1950. Sean got OCEA from 5 to 6, 5.8 to 6.7. OCEA. Go take a look at it. That's another one that I told you to go look at it. That was that little 4-penny stock. SCNX announces manufacturing legal procedures. It's fluff. Don't like that. Don't like that. The rest of these press releases, I'm going to burn through these real quick. These are all in the red, so I know the news here is not worthy of our time and attention. So I'm just going to burn through them real quick. And then we'll go back and recap the ones that we did bother calling out and see how they're doing. OSTX is unhalted. OSTX, that's the one we were telling you about earlier. OSTX, that's the one that was halted for news. ACRS. All right, OSTX, unhalted, popped up to 184, and now it's pulled back to 165. Brian, good morning. PBI announces date for first quarter financials. LIDR, first quarter results on May 14th. Let's take a look at OSTX again. OSTX, let's see how it's doing off of that press release. Let's see, GELS. GELS is pulling up a little bit. OSTX, trying to find its bottom. OBIO pushing up just a little bit. OCEA. How many of you got OCEA on that news? That went from 4 cents to 7 cents, just over 7 cents. Not quite 100%, but getting pretty darn close. Pulled back to 6. And it's about almost back to 6.5 again. It's up about 52% off of that press release. iBio floating around. It can't quite make up its mind where it wants to go. Let's take a look at OCEA again. That one's still pulling down. BIO, OSTX. Go back and look at NWTG. NWTG, that Newton Golf, that one popped up a little bit. Let's go back and look at HOLO. HOLO popped real nice there, and then pulled back to 1781. But like I said, keep an eye on it. All right, that's going to be it for social media this morning. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you for popping in. We'll be back on again this afternoon at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. We'll be back on again to do after hours trading. Let me throw out one more press release to you here. CRNC, AI Partners Industry Showcase. That's fluff news. We don't care about that. Let's take a look. Keep an eye on HOLO. I told you this morning, keep an eye on HOLO. We were telling you that at $15. It's now pushing back up a little bit. This has an extremely low float. They just came off of a reverse split yesterday, so this thing's got a really low public float, which means it can really pop if it decides it's going to with some volume. So keep an eye open for this one. This one could rip to $20 in a second. So keep a close eye on that, please. Now, I will see all of you at 4 o'clock this afternoon, if you can make it. 4 p.m. for after hours trading. We might get some press releases in after hours. That's what we're hoping. So hopefully you can join us at 4 p.m. in after hours. And if not, we will see you tomorrow. But it's time for us to go back to Zoom. We're live on Zoom off of our website, wolfpackcommunity.com. Anybody that wants to join us, we've got some more press releases coming out at 8:30, and maybe we'll get some good ones at 8:30. But until then, you guys have a blessed day. Good luck with your trading. Keep it green, and we will see you this afternoon. Join us on the website if you want to. If not, that's all right. Taking the jet ski out today? No, I won't be taking the jet ski out today. Today, I'm getting ready to travel north, going up north to visit my kids and the grandbabies. So I'm going to be heading north and getting ready for that trip. I'm going to be taking the RV. I'm going to jump in the RV and head north. And so for the next couple of weeks, this week, Friday, will be the last day here in the office. After that, we'll still do the live stream while I'm traveling, but I'll be in the RV doing the live streaming in the morning. So the background is going to look a little different while I'm doing that, but it should be a lot of fun. Always enjoy it. The website is wolfpackcommunity.com. wolfpackcommunity.com. Just subscribe to live Zoom trading. Once you're subscribed, all you got to do is hit join Zoom live and pop in and join us. I'll see you guys this afternoon at 4 p.m. Have a good one. God bless.